Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ali Stanley. I'm a US immigrant. I migrated from Africa into the United States and successfully integrated myself into the US society. I work for the US Army. My reason for being here today is to give a brief presentation on how immigrants can successfully integrate themselves into the US society. Imagine yourself winning the US green card or the green card lottery. The green card lottery is the US program that gives you legal entry into the United States, where a lot of doors and opportunities open for you. You get through the embassy, get processed, obtain your visa, board a plane, land in the United States, and then a friend of yours picks you up from the airport, takes you to his house, and offers to accommodate you for 1 or 2 weeks, after which you have to fend for yourself. 2 weeks elapses, and your friend comes up to you and tells you, boy, your time is up, you have to do it now yourself. Can you imagine how frightening, can you imagine how stressful that experience can be? That is exactly the reason why I'm here. I feel the need to talk about this topic because I myself, as an immigrant, have gone through that process. I've faced those difficulties, have surmounted them, and successfully integrated myself into US society. Besides that, I've done a lot of internet research too. My sources are listed in my speech outline. One of my notable sources is migration-data-portal.org, where you find a lot of useful information about migration and immigration into the United States. Before I start telling you about what you need to do in order to quickly integrate yourself into the US society, let me first of all point out some of the difficulties that immigrants face when they get into the United States. You have one, accommodation, where to live. You have two, where to go and get food on a daily basis. Three, where to go to have their document processed. Four, they don't know if there's a hospital that can treat them or take care of them if they are sick. And then five, they also have the difficulty of moving around because they just got into the US. They don't have a means of locomotion. With all this said, you can understand the difficulties and the stress that immigrants face when they get into the United States. But thank God, there's no difficult situation that doesn't have a solution or that doesn't have a way out. So the first thing you as an immigrant need to know if you get into the United States is you need to meet the locals. You meet the locals, interact with them, discuss with them, ask questions, ask for help. They should be able to guide you and direct you where you need to go in order to get help and services. You also need to understand their language. That's the second point. You need to understand certain slangs in their language and how certain words are used according to their context, because without this understanding, it will be difficult to communicate with them without misunderstanding. The third thing is you need to get acquainted with their culture. You need to know why they dress in a certain way, and when they dress in that certain way, the type of food they eat, what they like, how they speak, and also where they go during summers and during winter, so that you can in turn, behave like them. You do the same things they're doing. In so doing, they'll see you as someone who belongs to that society, and you yourself, you have that feeling of belonging. You need to get a job too. That's the next point. Getting a job will make them respect you, because if you don't have a job, nobody will want to come around you. They'll look at you, disrespect you, they'll look at you, they'll be scared of you because they don't know how you making your living. But with a job, they'll look at you, respect you, they'll be willing to hang out with you, exchange with you, discuss with you, because they know, you are a responsible guy in the society. Then the next thing, you also have to share your culture with them. By sharing your culture with them, they will, feel interested in you because they want to learn new things from you, new things from a different culture. You can organize a cooking session and show them how to cook certain dishes from your country of origin. That will help to foster that integration. Then the last thing is you need to be persistent. You need to push. You need to keep pushing. Getting to the United States doesn't guarantee that the very next day you get a job. So you need to push hard. You need to do volunteer jobs in certain organizations so that you can have substance to build on your resume when you're trying to come up with a resume for a job. So with all this said, I'll sum up by saying that being an immigrant in the United States of America is not easy. There's a lot of difficulties, like I already mentioned, but thank God, there's no difficulty that doesn't have a solution. So by following what I just told you in my presentation, like meeting the locals, understanding their language, getting acquainted with their culture, getting hired, sharing your culture with them, and being persistent, if you follow all these, you put them into practice, I can guarantee you before you know, you would have gotten integrated into the American society. That's all I had for you for this presentation. I want to thank you for your attention, and now the floor is open to anyone who has questions. Thank you.